So when you consider how significant the previous day's closing price is over a stock's intraday movement, it's no surprise that I have been able to find ways to profit with it. Not only is this level a very well-known and respected support and resistance point, but it's also a huge psychological level as well. And really, when we look at two of the most popular day trading strategies, talking about the red to green move and the gap fill, you can understand why it's such a massive level to begin with. With the red to green move, traders will know when a stock has transitioned from bearish to bullish by waiting for it to cross over that previous day's closing price. That is the level where the stock has finally made it to being actually up on the day, which makes it a pretty big level to begin with. With the gap fill, it's a pretty self-evident level there as well, because when a stock finally fills the entire gap, it's running into the previous day's closing price. At that point, that is where the stock has actually finished the gap fill itself. And so when you consider both of those aspects of each strategy, then you can understand why this level is important. And so the basic point that I'm trying to get across with all of this is that traders should understand and respect the previous day's close as a pretty big support and resistance level. Now that we've gone over that though, let's look at how I've been approaching it with my strategies lately in the market. Okay, so to really break down how I've been using this big support and resistance level in my trading, you have to think about it like this. When a stock actually breaks that level, it's essentially transitioning from red to green or from green to red. And so the way I've been approaching this is I've actually been using it as my risk level or my stop out level. Take a look at an actual example of doing this with CGC. Let's look at how we would break this down. And so say we're looking to short CGC on a bounce to the VWAP with a really nice VWAP fade at the open. You can see the bounce to the VWAP right here, and this is where we would enter our short position. We have a pretty solid reward level, but where are we going to set our risk? In this specific example, we can use the previous day's closing price. And so when we look at that right around this 2075, 2080 level right here, you can see that it actually follows that stock fairly well. We have a really tight risk to base our trade off of, and if it actually pushes up and breaks that risk, it's essentially transitioning to green on the day, and we probably don't want to hold that for a short position. That's how I've been using the previous day's closing price in my trades, and like I said, it's been working fairly well. Okay, so now that we've looked at a short example of using this, let's go ahead and look at a long example. When you look here on AMD, you see a lot of bullish action at the open. We wait for a pullback, and that's where we're going to look to enter this position long. And so we're trying to buy it at the pullback and selling some, taking profits at the previous high of the day at the whole $1.31 right here. But when we do this, where can we set a good risk level in this trade? If we look back and see where the previous day's closing price is, it's right here at this 3071, 3072 level. And if you look at what the stock actually did, it actually bounced directly off of that point. And the reason this happens is because, again, it's such a well-respected support and resistance area that people are going to start covering and buying into those positions there. And that's exactly what AMD did right here. It bounced directly off of that, and I actually think I took this trade as well. Even if we look at this from another direction, we can look at it as a triangle here. You can see the bottom of the triangle starts at that previous day's closing price. And then when it actually starts to rip up and the trend line goes higher and higher, you can see the really nice triangle flag breakout here, which is what we got with AMD in this scenario. And so again, the previous day's closing price held some weight over this stock's movement, and I think it makes a lot of sense to implement it with your trading. Anyways guys, that's it for this one. Remember, if you want to watch us day trade live using these strategies at the open every weekday morning, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell to turn on notifications. You can also check out our website, and I'll include a link to that in the description. So good luck in the markets, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning.